everyone, welcome back to PHAMCAST. It's Margaret, your host, and of course, I've been having an awesome conversation with my friends, my FAMbassadors, and fellow colleagues that truly believe in this preventative health movement. And you know, this movement was never about me. It was about bringing all kinds of people together, practitioners together, everyday people together, organizations together, government together, because I had a big goal to change the legacy of healthcare in this country. Well, who am I to do that, right? Well, I'm here to tell you that all of us can make an impact when we're better together. And Tatianna and Renee have been here talking and sharing their brilliance, their stories, their vulnerability, and their view on preventative health. And it's because of them and their leadership, along with two other practitioners in the Ottawa area. I'm going to give a shout out to them, Sarah Gagnon and Lori Presching. Both also from the Ottawa community. One's a nutritionist. Sarah's background?
She's more energy and spiritual coach, yeah.
Love that.
And also a yoga teacher.
And a yoga teacher. So they have come together to be the launch pad for PHAM 2026, the Preventative Health Awareness Month that happens every February. And this year, I am so proud, year 4, that it's going to be in our nation's capital. Ottawa holds a very dear place in my heart. My son lived there for 13 years. He went to Carleton University there. His now my daughter-in-law, his bride, who they just got married, lived in Ottawa, and they literally just moved back to the Halton Hills area. But Ottawa holds a very tight place in our heart. My cousin was the coach of the Ottawa Senators, rest his soul. He passed away far too young, at 55, from cancer. So the city means a lot to me, and it seems so appropriate that in year 4, when we're really growing, when different municipalities are raising PHAM flags, Niagara Falls is proclaiming preventative health awareness movement. So is the city of Brampton, and they're raising a flag. Exeter, Ontario, rural communities doing that. Now in our nation's capital in year 4, and Amica, a community, a seniors retirement community, who's also leading a charge and is a PHAM sponsor, because this all costs money to do, and this is a grassroots movement that's not funded. It seems appropriate that we're coming back to Ottawa, but Renee, it's because of you. And I want to thank you publicly and personally. I've thanked you behind the scenes, but I want to thank you publicly because it was your brightness, your tenaciousness, and your willingness to take charge and connect me with Renee and the others. And now this event at the largest tech hub in Canada, it's because of you. So I want to thank you.
Thank you. And you don't want to take credit. It is a community effort.
It is.
Really, truly it is. But when we got to talking about, you know, what's going to happen for Feb 2026,
yes.
I think it started with a small little seed.
Yeah.
And so we've been leading, Tatianna and myself and Lori and Sarah, who are part of this planning committee, and a few others. We've been leading something called Wellness Wednesdays inside the tech park. And that went on for a couple of years, but it started to dwindle. And I knew we could do more from a preventative health perspective. There are people, and it is Canada's largest tech park.
So Renee, before we go on any further, let's talk a little bit about Hub 350, because they've been incredibly supportive and generous. They're donating the space for us to use, which we are so grateful with this grassroots movement. What's the Hub all about? What can we expect when we go there?
Absolutely. So the Canada Tech Park is inside the Canada area,
right,
where we've got technology, talent, and community. Those are the 3 strategic pillars. And the Canada North Business Association houses the largest Canadian tech park. We have this Hub 350 headquarters, which is an amazing, beautiful space, shared office space. There's a digital media lab, but they are a gracious host for this year's kickoff for the Stronger Through Midlife Preventative Health Awareness event. The experience is that we've got parking across the street from the 350 Leggett Drive location. When you enter the doors, it's a nice, bright, open space. Down the hall to the RBC Finance Quarter, where it's a giant room. We've got capacity for 100 people, but we'll have speakers talking about everything from mental health, nervous system resilience, brain health, bone health, heart health, everything in between. Vendors with some cool new technology, some of which I know we can't talk about here today. But coming to us, not just from Ottawa, but from surrounding areas, even from in and around the GTA,
yes,
to talk about other cool things that we can stock our preventative health toolbox with to educate ourselves, to come together. We'll have some movement practices. We'll share experiences, Marg, with yourself and others who are coming to talk about what it means to be the CEO of your health.
I love that. And we've got local vendors coming from the community, because we're creating communities under the PHAM umbrella. So the Preventative Health Awareness Movement, the month of advocacy in February, but the movement is all year long. This isn't just about 1 month and done. No, legacy change in healthcare and health span is a full-time job. So what I love about what we're doing in Ottawa now, people that, whether it's the dentist that's going to be there, or the physiotherapist, or the yoga instructor, you're going to be able to meet people in your community. And some of these people, of course, do things online, so we can reach beyond our community borders. There's also local businesses. We're having soup from a company that's bringing soup, right?
Canada Soup Company. Their story is so inspiring too, about how they created their line of soups. They'll be serving soup for folks who are attending to taste, but you can also package the soup that you can take home.
Love that. So we're going to feed people. We're going to nourish them, their minds, their bellies, their hearts, because we're going to be learning and growing together. And doing it, I think it's so important, not only in our nation's capital, which I'm so excited to do because it's now gaining so much momentum across the country. In fact, we have a FAMcastor in BC. I want one. I want not just one. I want thousands in every province. So this is your call to action. Every province that you're in, whether you're a clinician, whether you're an everyday person, you got to join the family. But what I also love is we're involving local government and recognizing that we've got to visually see to believe we can do something. So this year we have big FAM flags that are going to be up flag posts in different communities, and we're raising a flag that day too, aren't we?
Absolutely.
So excited.
Yeah.
And we're going to have dignitaries there, and being able to, it's a visual representation that we can and will work better together to stock people's toolbox, which is really, really important. So now some of the speakers that are going to be there, I know I'm going to just kick off the event. I love this kind of learning, but I'm really there just as to breathe belief into these inspired leaders that are allowing me, I can't do this alone. They're allowing me to do this in other communities. Tatianna, tell me what you're going to be doing, and then we'll talk about some of the speakers and what they will be doing, because I know there's some really cool ones coming.
Yeah, I'll be presenting a little bit on what we did in the previous segment about how to optimize your posture so that you can access your deepest layer of muscles.
Right.
It's called your inner core. It really helps with things like bowel and bladder control, your breath, your back pain if you have it, how we really support ourselves from inside out. That will be my workshop for the day.
And even from a vanity perspective, because we always, as we age, want to look our best, feel our best, our posture literally changes the way we look.
Yep.
Right?
I have a client who is 74 and he grew 1.5 inches, and his doctor the nurse practitioner had to re-measure him because he had been doing yoga with me for like 4 months.
Amazing.
And they couldn't believe it.
Well, and for one of the reasons, we know in the spine, and here's, when I talk about musculoskeletal health and being instrumental with my colleague Megan Burmester, the founder of OsteoSound, bringing a new bone scan to Canada. We will be there. OsteoSound will be there. We're doing a bone scan clinic following at the hub, which you can come, and all those people in Ottawa that are on our waiting list, we're coming for you. But when we look at bone health and musculoskeletal health as we age, of course, and our discs, our discs have an annulus fibrosis, which is part of the disc that keeps our structure, and then in the middle, the nucleus pulposus, that is water. And as we age, you can get degeneration in that, and then we can shrink. But it can be exacerbated by our posture, by losing muscle, sarcopenia, by not using our breath. So it's really cool when you get to work with a professional like you, physiotherapist, biomechanics background, and through yoga practice, helping a 74-year-old. It's never too late. But you said something before you came here yesterday, because we met for dinner last night, and I loved it. I reshared it on Instagram. You said, we always talk about it's never too late to get healthy. What else did you say, Tatianna?
Well, it's funny because I was waiting for Renee to pick me up.
To come here
yesterday, and I was like doing my live, and I was like, actually, it's never too early. If you're watching and you're in your 30s, even in your 20s, but 35, maybe you're thinking, oh, they're in their midlife, I can wait.
Oh, those old women over there are talking about that thing. Yeah.
It's so, this is the time.
The time's now.
Prevention is so important.
And cool.
It's
We're
cool.
bringing, you know that old saying, you're bringing sexy back? We're bringing prevention and we're making it cool. We're bringing it back in a big way. Actually, we're not bringing it back. We're bringing it forward because it's been in the back seat for far too long in this reactionary. And you're so right. I love that because it gives permission for our daughters and our sons and the younger generation to start doing it now. Get into the driver's seat and be the CEO of your health before in that opportunity gap so you stay there longer and you're not getting into midlife or beyond where you're dragging yourself to the finish line. That's not healthcare, that's sick care.
And creating those habits young,
Yes.
whether or not you have that problem yet, that's the golden time, right?
That's the golden ticket.
So
yeah.
it's interesting that you say that because, and Renee and I both have kids in competitive soccer, and something and that we've both been trying to push is like, let's teach them stretching, how to listen to their bodies. What does a body position feel like? What's pain versus this, right? All these fine tuning, but some of the resistance we get sometimes is, oh, like they're young, they're malleable, they're flexible, it doesn't really matter, but it does because you're creating that habit.
Exactly, and a pattern and a belief system that doesn't serve you well down the road, let alone prevention of injury, better performance, all those other things.
Yeah.
But it is the mindset, and that's how we're going to change this. That's why I'm so excited. You know, I'm on the curriculum advisory board at a new medical school. The Toronto, big shout out to the Toronto Metropolitan School of Medicine. They're going to graduate future doctors with not just looking at conventional medicine from the lens of pharmacology is important, reactionary medicine we need to have. But they're also being taught preventative and integrative health, and I'm bringing stuff to the table as a complementary healthcare professional, as is this movement. And so you're so right, it's so cool, and I love the fact that you're doing that with young athletes. And a shout out to one of our other FAMbassadors, Leslie Spicer, who's a fascial stretch specialist, a kinesiologist, a personal trainer, and a cherished FAMbassador. Movement is what she does. Balanced bodies is what she believes in, and she does a lot of work with athletes too. So it's really cool that you're kids that are in competitive sports at a high level, that you're paying attention to that. So we want to talk about where can we get tickets. It's not too late. Send this out to everybody you know. We've got an Eventbrite. People can go, and we'll make sure we put that up on the screen. Tickets are how much?
Tickets are $20.
$20.
The proceeds of the ticket sales are going to the Ottawa Mission. So we're giving back to our community, and the Ottawa Mission helps with shelter, with food, with education, mental health, resourcing for men and women in and around the Ottawa area. So we're really grateful that we can give back to the community. I also want to give a shout out to Global Coin Solutions.
You betcha. Our charity, our FAM charity partner, Scott Hutchings, who is the founder of Global Coin Solutions, has been with us since day one. This is a grassroots movement, but we believe in giving back is good for your health. And so much so, February 10th of every FAM year is Giving Back is Good for Your Health Day. What Scott has done is figured out a really cool, innovative approach to fundraising. And by donating your foreign currencies that's sitting in your bedside table, or maybe it's in your grandma's bedside table, or maybe you just came back from a vacation, you can't buy coffee with it, you can't take it to the bank, and it sits there and ends up in a landfill when it's no longer needed. But it doesn't have to. If you donate, when you come to this event and you bring your foreign currency and you donate it, Scott repatriates that foreign currency back to its place of origin to be converted into Canadian dollars. No amount of money is too small. If you want to give Canadian, we'll take that too. But what we're doing as a grassroots movement, we're donating to worthwhile charities in local communities that are making a difference in prevention, like the Ottawa Mission. And I am incredibly proud as a grassroots movement. We have donated thousands of dollars in the first 3 years of FAM, and we're about to do that again. So bring your foreign currency and bring it to the hub. Come and meet different FAMbassadors, organizations, have the soup, open your heart, raise the flag with us, and become part of the family. Guys, you came 5 hours to come to this studio. I don't take that for granted. I am humbled. Oh my gosh.
Thanks, Mark, for having us.
We are
I am
so
grateful.
honored to be here, Mark.
Yeah, and I'm tearful. Honestly, this is a raw moment because the lesson is, for anybody listening, everyone has the ability to make an impact. Dream big. Surround yourself with incredible people. Be bold enough to be yourself even when people tell you that's a really silly idea, who are you to do it? Because that's what I was told when I started the Preventative Health Awareness Month and movement. Because by the way, as soon as February is over, the awareness intensive campaign, where every day there's different education by all kinds of practitioners. You're going to make sure you follow us on Instagram and all the various channels, our YouTube channel, our blog, this podcast and TV show, thanks to our collaboration with Your TV. I can't thank you enough. And even the new FAM directory, the first of its kind integrative health directory, where you are in the center of your care and you get to become the CEO of your health. And this February, my CEO of Your Health Hub is launching an online community that's been years in the making. But all of this to say that none of this could have happened without an idea. And even when people said you couldn't, you keep doing it. And people like this show up. And that's how, together, we're going to change the future and legacy of healthcare. So put your seatbelt on, join the family. Make sure you come to the event in Ottawa or the other places, because there's all kinds of events. You're going to head on over to the website that you see on your screen, and you're going to make sure that you check out the FAM calendar. You're going to follow us on social media, and you're going to tell your friends. And we'd love to hear from you. What are you struggling with? What FAMbassadors would you like to hear from? Be part of the family. Thank you both for joining me.
Thanks, Mars.
Thank you.
And remember this, a healthy tomorrow begins with prevention today. What are you doing to get into the driver's seat of your health? We're here to help you do just that. Stay well, everybody.